Happy New Year, dreamers!
Happy New Year!
Welcome to this week of Cherish, Live, and Dream. I'm your host, YaYa.
And I am your host, Jai.
And we are your hope dealers. So we are on the precipice,
Yes,
if I'm using that word correctly,
I think you are.
of 2022. Yay! While 2021 was a little bit not the best for some of us, but for others could have been, a little bit more lively.
Mm-hmm.
But it has been quite challenging. And speaking of that, challenges have come in the area of ships.
Yes.
But not the ships that you're thinking about. We're not talking about the Titanic or Royal Caribbean or whatever else ships are out there.
Yes. I can't think of one right offhand, but yeah.
We are talking about relationships, friendships, any of those terms dealing with courtships. Yes. Surviving them.
Yeah.
So today we are talking about surviving ships. So when I was thinking about this topic, I was thinking of myself.
Of course. Oh, God.
Surprisingly.
Yes.
Gosh, I'm yelling. I'm excited about 2022, huh?
Yes, we
Let
should
me bring
be.
the volume down.
That's all right. Turn down your bell tone, Velma.
What was that from?
Hearing aid.
Oh, yeah.
He said, turn up your bell tone, Velma, but you need to turn yours down.
Because I am yelling, people.
Yes.
Anyway, so with surviving ships, with the pandemic that happened, in 2019 on into 2020, and here we are in 2021, it has tested some of our ships.
Mm-hmm.
And so, in good ways and in bad ways. And so, we want to think about how some of the ships, whether it was relationships concerning intimacy, friendships, courtships, as our lovely Dr. J has stated, if it was good that we held on to them or let some go.
Mm-hmm.
So when I think of myself and the ships that I have been in, I think the ones that I currently have and have maintained not only this year, but throughout the course of my life, my childhood friends that have stuck and stayed with me and the ones I have gained along the way in college and church and social activities and so forth and so on, those have held together by the hair
of my chin.
And sometimes I do get a couple. But anyway, that's another show. That's why I keep tweezers. I think it's because my friends let me be my most authentic self. And as you guys know, that I could be very stubborn at times, not all the time.
But at times. Yeah.
And so I think the older I get, not much of that is going to change. But I do think that compromise is good. So I can't always be like, no. Yeah. Who's that? Destiny's Child. So, but seriously, I think the friendships or relationships that I have been able to maintain and nurture one way or the other has been because I have been able to be my authentic self. And I think when you allow a person to be themselves and not their representative, you can probably get the best out of them of what you're going to see. So with me, I don't know, I have evolved into more of like a introvert, which I'm not sure when that happened because I was usually an extrovert, like go out or whatever. Like I hated staying home. But now you can't get me out of the house unless...
You cannot get her out of the house unless nothing. She's not coming.
And so now, as I get older, my no really is a no. Like, no, I'm not going. Like, no, I'm not doing it. Like, no, I don't care. And so my friends that realize that whatever my answer is to whatever it is they're trying to get out of me is what it is, they just leave me alone and just let me be. Now, I know it annoys them sometimes, and I do know that I have to reciprocate and be there for them. So I am planning on.
All right, now this is on camera. This is documentation.
Oh, Lord, this is a receipt.
Yes, this is documentation.
I am planning on doing better with that. So.
And how? How are you planning on doing better? I need a little more detail.
Well, it's funny that you asked, Dr. J. So I am requesting if my friends or future boo or whomever would like for me to participate in an activity, for example.
Okay.
If I can get at least a 6 months notice so I can prepare and be there. Because it's going to take me about that long because I'm going to go through, oh, should I go? I don't want to go. I don't have anything to wear. What's the point? I'm not going to have fun. So I need to go through all those emotions. And it's going to take about 6 months. So when the day comes, I'll be ready and on time. Okay, I'm going a little bit too far. I'll be ready. I'm not sure if it'll be on time. We're going to work on that in 2023. So there it is.
6 months. Okay, keep going.
No, seriously, I just feel like I need time to assess whether or not I'm going to go.
But what keeps you from not going is what I've been trying to figure out.
Oh my gosh, is this another therapy session?
No, I'm not trying to make it one. Just asking. I mean, because you know, when you think about it, though, excuse me, we want people to celebrate us, or either we want people to be there for us, whether if it's a good time or a bad time.
Right.
And so I remember one show that we had spoken about. You know, we just kind of touched bases on some things, and you had made a comment about, you know, how people like don't, I don't know, support you when it comes to certain things, or, you know, even when you feel like when it came to the show, you know, people aren't responding, you know, the way that you thought it would, or whatever the case may be. But at the same token, it works both ways.
Right.
Like, you want people to support anything that you do, but if you don't support them, like, how are they supposed to feel about it? You know?
Right. And I have been, I guess I don't know if the word I'm looking for is wrestling, but I'm going to use it because that is not fair to the person that shows up for me, and, you know, I get into my own feelings or just even pure laziness and be like, I ain't going. They know how I am, but that's not okay.
Right.
That's not okay, and I know that's not okay. So I know I have to work on that, and I know with you, Jay, you are a action person. And I did show up to Chase football game. I did complain though. I probably should have left out the complaining because it was cold.
But it was funny. The complaints were very funny. So I mean,
so I will work on that part. But I did show up, and I'm actually glad I went out because it was quite refreshing, literally and figuratively, because it was cold.
Yeah, very.
But I did have fun. So, you know, I guess I don't know what it is because, like I said, I wasn't like that before. So I don't know if something traumatic happened that I have suppressed.
Well, unsuppress it.
But I know I need to do more. I know I need to. I'm alive, so I need to live.
Yes. Yes.
So I think as far as surviving the ships that I've had, the friendships, relationship. Well, I'm not in a relationship. That might be why people.
Well, you won't go anywhere when somebody want to take you out.
I know, girl, because you know. Anyway, so yeah, I have to be there. So I do appreciate the friends that I do have that have stuck and stayed around through my quirkiness or what did my one friend say? I don't know if it's trifling. It probably is trifling, but and she can't stand it. Because she said, girl, you will just cut somebody off and they don't even know what they did. And it's not necessarily you guys have done anything. I'm just like, I don't feel like being social for the next 3 months. I'll check back in later. So I appreciate you guys hanging in there, especially Jay, because I know I annoy her to no end. But it's what makes our friendship blossom.
Yes, it is.
In my opinion. But I don't know. So when I get in these little funks or whatever, and I'm just like telling you I'm not coming when I'm actually supposed to be there. Like, what, let the world know. know what
Let
you're
them
feeling.
know.
Yes.
What do I think when you do that?
Yeah, let's get all of this out in 2021 so we don't go into 2022 with these feelings and emotions.
Okay. So I'm not surprised when you like pop up at the last minute and say that you're not coming. Because I kind of.
I was going to ask you, do you like kind of expect it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's horrible.
It is horrible. Because you set the tone for that.
Oh,
and
so
yeah, it just kind of makes it, like, okay, I knew she wasn't going to come. But I had to ask anyway. Because, you're a part of my village. So anytime that I have something important going on or anytime that Chase has something going on, I always want to include you.
Mm-hmm.
Because, then people have a habit of saying, well, she didn't invite me because da-da-da-da. Well, I did invite you, but you didn't come for whatever reason. Or then if I don't invite you, it could be because I've asked you so many times to come to other things and you don't show up. So I don't need for me to keep asking you because I know you ain't going to come. Or you're going to wait till the last minute before you tell me that you ain't going to come, which I already knew that you weren't going to come anyway. But so, it's just one of those things to where you learn a person for who they are.
Mm-hmm.
And you accept the person for who they are, and then you just kind of pick and choose your battles. And so therefore, they can't say, well, Jay, you didn't let me know that, Chase had a football game. Well, the reason why I didn't let you know because I invited you a million other times and you didn't come. But if you want me to start letting you know, then I can, let you know, and then I can leave it up to you if you're going to come or not. And then if you come, that's wonderful. And if you don't, we're used to it. and so, and I'm not saying that just to you. There's been other people.
Mm-hmm. Oh yes, get the
no, it's not just
take
you.
the weight off me a little bit.
No, baby, no. I would not do that to you. I would not do that to you. It's not just you. I mean, I even have family members that do not show up to anything that we invite them to. Mm-hmm. But we invite them, and if they come, of course, it's wonderful that they come. So I don't know what it is, and then but they'll support other people in other things that they have going on, which you can consider them as family. But when it comes to your immediate family, and I know we all have dysfunction in our family. We all do. I do. My family's not perfect, but we're us. And so even with your siblings, you still have to learn them for who they are. When you grow up as kids, you don't know what communication is. You don't know what a personality is. You just know that, my oldest brother was just so funny. Like, he would just always do, like, all this crazy stuff and, would take care of us, especially me. And I ended up being at home, with him while my mom was at work. He would walk to the store, and he would get up every Saturday morning, and he would fix me breakfast. Aww. And he would fix breakfast. That's just like something that he did. But he was really quiet. Like, he really didn't do a whole lot of talking.
He's kind of like me.
Yeah, right. But as you get older, you learn people for who they are, and so he'll call from time to time, and the conversation will be like all over the place because he's so crazy, he's so funny, and then you don't hear from him for like a couple of months, and then when you call, he'll talk, or then sometimes when you call, it's real short, but you accept, like I accept him because I know that's who he is. And so therefore you have to do that. You just have to accept people for who they are, and you just have to pick and choose those battles on, are you going to try to make this person be the way that you want them to be? Or sometimes we have to end up changing our perspective of ourselves and like not try to put it all on another person, and, see what we can, learn out of it. But I still believe that if you want people to be supportive of you, you have to be supportive of them.
I agree.
And then if you're seeing that it's not being reciprocated the same way, then that's when you know that you just have to pull off. And you just have to leave them where they are. And just let them be, and don't take it personal, because everybody has a season in your life. Sometimes people, like you mentioned, you have some friends that you've had from your childhood, or you have friends that you have from your college days, friends that you've met from church. And then, of course, other friends like I have met some of the best coworkers that have turned out to be great
Oh
friends.
yes, I have a sister. Well, you know Santana.
Yeah, so you
Who's
met
now your
Santana?
cousin?
Yes, she is. She's my cousin.
I met her through work. Yes, yes, yes.
See? Yeah. And she's good people. And it was like when I met her for the first time, it was like we've been knowing each other forever.
Mm-hmm.
And so, you know, that's another thing too. Like when you blend friends together, you have to know like who's gonna mesh.
Right. Because that blending of friends can be disastrous.
It really can. That's like huge. And you know that because I have, you know, all my friends blended together and you're included into that group. And
I think we mesh well.
oh, we mesh very well.
I think we mesh really well.
We mesh very well. So I mean, I just think, you know, it goes both ways. And then again, like I said, if it's not reciprocated, then you just have to, you know, chop it up and just, you know, deal with it the best way you can, and you just have to keep moving. And so now we go into like relationships.
Ooh. But before you go into relationships,
Okay.
really quick. Mm-hmm. And now I've lost some friends along the way because I have evolved.
Meaning you have grown.
So I have gone from, because I used to tear the club up. Yes.
Everybody in the club gets it.
Hey. And so I don't do that anymore.
That's right.
And there's some other things that I've done before, not necessarily bad things, but I don't do them anymore. And some of the people that I know that when I did do those things, they still do those things. Mm-hmm. So it's like kind of hard to relate to them.
That's right.
Now, or them to me. Mm-hmm. And, you know, and maybe they have evolved, and whatever they have evolved into, it didn't work for me. So I think evolution of self also affects whether or not you survive shifts.
That's right.
So, but you were talking about relationships.
Oh no, but that's, I mean, and that's a good point too, because you do grow. You do go, you know, sometimes that person is going left and you're going right. And I used to have my club days too. I mean, back in the day, I'm talking from Thursday to Sunday night. Like
my God,
yeah, I was in the club because I love to dance. Mm-hmm. Like that was my main thing. Like, and I still love to dance, but that's just not my. You know, I just don't feel the need to do that anymore.
Right.
But back in the day, yeah, I had a group of friends and we were at the club. Mm-hmm. Plum Crazy, Kamikazes. Those were the spots back then, and I was there all.
Did you go? What was the club in Durham? Power Company. Did you ever go there?
No, I didn't. You know, I stay away from Durham. No disrespect.
But that was a spot on the Wednesdays. But anyway.
Yes, and I've heard of it, but it's just certain places, you know, that I did or did not go. Yeah. And I forgot about the supper club too. That was, you know, further on.
Oh,
down the line. Yeah, supper club. But you know, those were but the thing is, I don't regret any of it though.
Yeah, me either, because I had some good times.
And that was the timing of my life. And those things were supposed to happen during that time. And so, like you said, when you evolve and when you grow, and you know, you just mature, and it's just some things that used to be important to you are no longer a necessity. Like that's just not, you know, anything that you choose to do. And there's still some people that go out to the club, and that's wonderful and that's nice. And there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, I just like to dance, so I wouldn't mind, like, you know, every once in a while, you know, if you just go to a place, even like when it comes to line dancing and stuff like that. But some of that whole club atmosphere and some of that stuff, you know, I'm just not, you know, down with that anymore. Like even back in the day, girl, I went to Bike Fest a couple of times.
Yeah. Oh yes, I probably saw you down there and didn't even know you. Yeah. On back of somebody's bike.
Yeah. So
crazy.
I mean, you know, you do things, you know, back then, and you hang with, you know, certain people back then, and then it's not necessarily that an argument happened or, you know, you had some type of disagreement or a falling out. It's just that you just kind of ended up going.
Like growing apart.
Yeah. Going your
and it's
separate
kind
ways.
of like a loss, so it kind of feels like a death to me, depending on the type of relationship you had with the person.
Yeah.
It's almost like grief you feel for the loss of that relationship.
Yeah.
So, you know, different things go on in relationships that speaks to whether or not you'll survive it.
That's right. And then too, another thing that you'll learn about your relationship is when you have a disagreement. You'll really learn like how the person really feels about you, or, you know, what they've been holding on to, you know, like this whole time. And then when this particular issue or subject comes up, then all this stuff starts coming out. You're just like, oh, so that's how you've been feeling about me the whole time. Okay. So, it took this, in order for me to really find out, how you felt about me.
Mm-hmm.
Or it could be you have a disagreement, you both are adults about it and you're mature, and you talk about it, even if you have to wait until you calm down a little bit because you don't want to say something. Because once you put words out there, you cannot take them back.
Not at all.
Not at all. And so you want to be able to, talk it out, discuss, and come to a happy medium and be able to move on. But your arguments and stuff really can kind of let you know where people are when it comes to your friendship or / relationship. So communication is important.
Right.
Yeah, to be able to talk. So, but yeah, I mean, and then like I said, you have those, you have your platonic relationships, and then you have your intimate relationships, like when you're really dating someone and you're talking about marriage and you've dated, for a year or 2 years or that type of thing. And speaking of dating and marriage and stuff, like, do you feel like that there's a certain amount of time that you should date somebody or talk to them before you even start talking about marriage? Or how do you feel about that? We're trying to get you out the house.
I feel you should get married immediately. And learn them later.
Hey, isn't there a show called 90 Day Fiance? What is it?
Yeah.
Is that, yeah?
I would so love to be on that show.
Oh, we ought to subscribe.
Because I mean, I know there's these, I don't know who wrote these rules, but these rules about how long you should do this, how long you should do that. Listen, be free. Y'all know I love that. Be free. If you think 5 minutes is long enough, 5 minutes is long enough. But I personally am not into long engagements and all this and all that. And you're probably like, well, if you marry the person, then you get to know them. Now I'm actually being funny about getting married immediately. But I don't think you have to wait all these months, all these years to marry a person or to decide if you're going to be in this committed relationship, because marriage is not for everyone. But me, myself, I would want to get married. But I do think you need to see a person in all their seasons. Meaning,
seasons. Winter,
spring, what is
summer, fall. What are you talking about?
I have no idea.
So then 4 seasons would be a year: spring, summer, winter, and fall.
Well, baby, you better bring your 4 seasons in 6 months, because I ain't got a year.
How come you don't?
People dying.
What does that have to do with anything? With your crazy self? What does that have to do with anything?
Baby.
4 seasons.
Baby, we get married in 3 weeks, so you better let me see all your seasons in 21 days.
And she don't cook, but she want to see all your seasons in 21 days.
Listen, what you get, now let me tell y'all, outside of cooking, everything else, well, yeah, everything else. Look, we're going to survive that relationship, baby. As long as you know how to cook. We're going to survive, baby.
So anyway,
I will survive.
So she said 4 seasons, 4 seasons, 4 seasons, 4 seasons. Okay, all right. So you think in a year that should be enough time, or 6 months?
Girl, why you keep putting a year on me?
Well, you said 4 seasons.
In 6 months.
Okay. But you know what? We do have 4 seasons in 1 week in North Carolina.
Girl, don't tell me that.
We really do.
Because, baby, meet me down at the courthouse.
Because we are like, right now today, our weather today was like 75.
Yeah, that's true.
And then Monday, and we've been having like 75-degree weather, like what, a week and a half now?
Mm-hmm.
And so on Monday, it's going to be like, the high's going to be like in the 40s. Go figure.
My God. So let me tell you, so the dude I met today, we met in summer. Winter going to be on Monday.
Uh-oh.
Spring, what is winter, spring, summer, fall? I'll give you my all. Don't own the rights. So if we see all these seasons within a week, look, not depending, but depending upon what's going down, next time y'all see me, it's gonna be another ring added to this paparazzi.
All right now. Well, make sure it's on the ring finger.
Yes.
Make sure it's on the ring finger.
Yeah, but anyway, me personally, I don't believe in time. Whatever is good for you, I'll say that.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't care too much about people saying, "Oh my God, they just met. It was too soon." So that's their business.
That's
Mind
right.
the business that pay you.
Yeah.
And your business probably don't pay you, and that's probably why you're broke.
That's right. Pays you no mind.
Yes. So yeah. So that would be me.
Yeah.
But Jay, you will probably wait 25 years. I'm just kidding. Because you like to analyze, do all this thinking, and she done thunk herself out the relationship.
Yeah, but sometimes I be on point though.
That is true.
Yeah. Sometimes I do be on
Jump to
point.
that.
I do be on point. But you know, I mean.
But Jay will thunk herself out of a relationship, meaning things. She will. And so, dreamers, we got to help her with this. And also help her keep this tiara on her head.
Because I don't
she's
have
been
no hair. It's all
tonight.
Because it's slick back.
But dreamers, we have to help her with this. She overthinks everything. Overthinks everything. And I just don't know how to help her. So I'm reaching out to the public.
Because I have up a wall.
Well, let's talk about this wall.
Let's talk about the wall.
Let's talk about your Jericho, because then that wall need to come tumbling down.
Well, my life has been in shambles here lately. I do. I have this wall up, and it's hard for me to trust people.
I know, but I want to understand this overthinking that you do. She not just overthinks, ladies and gentlemen. She's an overthinker. Like, she really needs to be part of the CIA, probably. She would probably the FBI or something, because I tell you, this girl will analyze a brown paper bag.
I do. Just like, we'll have a conversation, and I'll be like, you know what? I was saying to my girl, I done forgot about that conversation. Well, I did, and I was thinking the other day, he was like, you really put a lot of thought into that. I did. I do. I would pick things apart, put it back together, and then sometimes, though, when I overthink, I think I end up like making stuff up that really didn't happen or that really wasn't there. But I do. I have trust issues.
So has that affected any of your ships, whether it has been platonic or intimate? Don't be looking over there at Chase.
Because you don't know nothing.
Chase and Aiden, they're part of our studio audience.
Yeah. I want to say, yeah, probably.
Oh, we'll talk about it when Chase is not in the room.
But probably it has. Yeah,
Oh Lord, you hear that octave? You had the change. It went up.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I think so, to a certain degree.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have this thing to where I can just detach myself easily from people.
Mm-hmm.
Like when something goes wrong. I don't know if that's a good thing or not.
Well, you and I have discussed this before. It can be part of you protecting your heart.
Mm-hmm.
And it can be part of you overthinking a situation that doesn't exist.
But suppose you do know that it exists.
Well, then that's another thing.
Yeah.
So actually, three-way. We're going to take how do they say, a three-prong approach. Mm-hmm. So it could be you protecting your heart. Mm-hmm. It can be you thinking about a situation that doesn't exist. Mm-hmm. And it can be you thinking about a situation that has existed, that you have experienced before and you don't want to experience again. So boom, the wall goes up.
And then do you think I create it to happen again, or make that person feel like, because they can feel it? Because I've been told that in the past.
Well, you know how the saying goes, if someone has told you something, if something has been told to you by more than one person about the same thing and you're the common denominator, then maybe you should take an introspective look.
I didn't know we were doing fractions. Well, yeah, because
look within to figure out whether or not what was said is actually true.
Yeah. And we talked about that the other day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have some soul searching. But until then, I will cut you off like I never knew you.
She will cut you off.
I don't know. I don't know if that's something that comes from my childhood. Maybe I need to be in therapy.
I'm not laughing, y'all, because it's funny. I'm just laughing because
Yeah, I mean, yeah, because I do look at that, and I have been told that on several occasions, and it just really hit me the other
recently.
day. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, it did, and it had me overthinking about a conversation that I had with somebody.
Mhm.
But it pierced me though to where I was just like, wow, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like, okay, Johnette, you really do need to look into that. So it was like one of those things where I was open to the corrective criticism,
Mhm.
if that's what you want to call it. And I think sometimes we do have to be open with that, even when it comes to being in relationships, whether if it's platonic or if it's an intimate relationship. Like you have to be open to corrective criticism. You cannot think that you are perfect and you do no wrong, or you cannot like have a problem with not apologizing when you know that you're wrong.
Right.
Because when those things happen, though, it's going to be hard to continue to build a foundation of trust and to be able to like know that you're secure with that person in that relationship. It's not that you're not secure within yourself. It's not that you don't have, self-esteem within yourself, but if you're with someone and if you don't know where you stand in that relationship, then there's not good foundation there. There's not any security there. And so therefore,
You won't survive that ship.
no, it'll be a sinking ship, so to
Titanic.
speak. And I never watched that movie. Pull my card.
Oh my gosh, girl, it is a tearjerker.
I might have time for that for 3 hours. And then everybody died at the end. My God, it take that long for people to die?
Why you? There's some people that didn't see the movie. You done told the end.
I ain't seen it and I know the end because somebody told me everybody dies at the end of the Titanic. But
y'all do know they did not shoot. They did not shoot that dying scene with everybody in the ocean in an actual ocean. It was a pool.
thank
Okay.
you, Siskel and Ebert. But yeah, and so therefore, if you cannot take corrective criticism, and if you cannot ponder on something that someone says to you during that time, and you disregard it, because too, I believe that other people have feelings.
True.
So regardless of the conversation that you're having or whatever, like we really need to listen to what the person is saying. And if they're telling you, you make me feel like this, like don't disregard it and make it seem like, well, no, I don't. I'll make it like, how do you know?
Mm-hmm.
You don't know the way that you come off or the way that you talk or the way that you treat someone. If they're trying to tell you that, okay, y'all, you did this to me on the other day and it bothered me. Well, I mean, I don't see why it bothered you. No, if I'm telling you that it bothered me, don't disregard that. Like ask me how did it make me feel because those are my feelings. And so I believe that when it comes to relationships, whether if it's again platonic or spouse, mate or whatever, I really think that we need to like be conscious of that.
Mm-hmm.
So the next time if you get into an argument with that person, just just try to keep in mind on what that person said the last time that you were said something, so you can make sure you try not to say it again or intentionally do it again, and then be okay with saying that you're sorry,
Right.
or apologizing. Some people don't like to say sorry, but just be okay with apologizing and just admitting, you know what, babe, I was wrong. I shouldn't have said ABC 1 2 3. I shouldn't have done that. I apologize. Will you please forgive me? And then try not to do it again. Because in all actuality, an apology is changed behavior. Don't say that you're sorry.
My God.
But don't
Come on, prophetess, doctor, evangelist, therapist, friend, sister Jay.
but don't say that you're sorry and then you turn around a week later and you either say or do the same thing over and over again.
Right.
Because you're really not apologizing.
Mm-hmm.
You're just really, taking for granted of that person's feelings and thinking that, oh, they keep saying, so I'm gonna keep saying it or I'm gonna keep doing it, because they ain't going nowhere. And again, this is with friendships too. I mean, because I even had a girlfriend a long time ago, and she just would get in her little moods, and I don't know what in the world was going on with the crowd. And after a while, I was like, this is too much. I mean, this is like way too much. Like, she made me feel like I got some issues or something going on, but it's really her. I was like, you know what, this is too much. And I remember her aunt even saying, she called out her name and she was like, listen, you and Jay, y'all been friends since elementary school. And she was like, the way that you treat her and you take her, friendship for granted. She was like, she eventually gonna be ghost. Like
So
Casper.
you out?
Oh, I've been out.
Oh wow.
Like years ago. I just got tired with the up and down and with the moodiness, and just that crowd just had a whole lot of stuff going on. And
girl, you got me sitting over here thinking, well, dang, am I? Have I been like that? Probably. Well, not necessarily you.
Yeah.
But just in the past with other people that are no longer in my life. But, but I will say, I have surprisingly put my foot in my mouth several times. Just basically piggybacking off of what Jay was saying. You got to watch what you say because, or if a person says that you said something to them that hurt their feelings, a lot of times I will say something just being who I am, and I realize that the receiver of what I said took it in a way that I didn't intend. So, and I've grown to the point where I don't mind that you let me know. Like, I want you to let me know because it helps me grow as a person. Now, it may not stop me from putting my foot in my mouth, but
that's right.
It'll help me grow as a person and recognize, okay, let me apologize. Let us get through this, because if it's a relationship that I value, whether it's platonic or intimate, I want to apologize and move on. Sincerely apologize and move on.
Yes.
So guys, listen. Survive or not survive your ships.
Sink or keep them afloat.
So with that said, anything else from you, Jay?
So let's close out 2021 with at least that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna analyze. I'm gonna overthink.
You're gonna overthink?
Yeah, I'm gonna overthink, analyze, and just look back on relationships and forgiving.
Yes,
that's a big
one.
Is a big part of moving on too. Just because you forgive someone, it does not mean that you have to be back in relationship with them or either be back being friends with them. But you still can be cordial, and sometimes you have to separate yourselves, from people. And if it's God's will and if it's meant to be, for y'all to cross paths again, then who knows? It might happen. So that's something else that you have to think about too, is always being able to forgive people. When certain things happen or whatever. And so let's just analyze, our communication and the way that we go about talking to people and how we deal with people and being supportive to people. Because people have a lot of things going on. They have great times, where everything is hot, and then all of a sudden something tragic can happen. And so, we just kind of want to be there for people. So let's look at 2021 and let's analyze some things on how we communicate with people and with our loved ones, and let's just try to do better for 2022.
And I believe that's all, folks.
That's all, folks.
Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys for joining us.
Thank you.
On the last day of the old year.
Yes.
And we're going to hustle right on into the new year.
Yes.
And it's going to be our best year ever.
Best year ever.
And so we love you.
Love you guys.
And we'll see you guys in the new year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Bye. Bye.